And there it is.
What the fuck, bro? Is this legal? What is this thing?
Past lives could never hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Past times could never hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Past times could never hold me down. Lost love is sweeter when it's finally found. I got the strangest feeling. This isn't our first time around. Past lives could never come between us. Sometimes the dreamers finally wake up. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming. Don't wake me, I'm not dreaming.
I'm feeling low again. They said out to them, they don't wanna let it go. Oh, I'm feeling low again. They said out to them, they don't wanna let it go. 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 They said out to them, they don't wanna.
Hey, good morning, beautiful people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Gonna do a quick mic check. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay. So drop a one real quick in the chat, guys, if you guys can hear me coming in loud and clear. All right, we got 1-1. Can the rest of you guys hear us okay? All right, Chantel, Shanice, Chandra. All right, cool. All right, guys. So look, so this is what we'll do. We're just gonna start rolling, and then as people tap in, we'll just kind of catch them up, and then if they have questions and everything else, we'll just kind of roll from there. You know what I mean? It's not so much about how many people show up, but it's who shows up. Okay. And that's really what I wanted to kind of get started with, is to talk to you guys about just the power of growing this thing out, man. So my name is Bruno Nascimento. I am a real estate broker down here in Southern California. I'm a part of the Liberty Group with EXP out here. And man, we have been able to do some really big things. We got some really big numbers that we've been able to put up on the board. And Claudienne, shout outs to you, sister, and appreciate you giving us the opportunity to hop on the platform and just share with you the things that have been able to make us successful and the things that have been able to help us with boosting our business. So check this out. It doesn't matter what it is that you're able to do by yourself, right? So if we do something and it worked for us, then we want to be able to share it with others, and hopefully this will kind of help you guys with pushing your business. Because at the end of the day, you know what? It's not about gatekeeping, right? So it's about us sharing the information. If it works for one, it'll work for many. And let me see. So real quick, guys, do me a favor. Look, the only way that I can really kind of engage with you guys, if you're not going to be unmuting, is going to be through the chat, right? So tap in real quick. I want to hear, or I want to see where you guys are checking in from. Let's see what we got over here. So where are you guys checking in from? What are the different areas, just so I can kind of get an idea and understand the different demographics? Okay, Miami in the building, 305, baby. That's actually where I'm from. So even though I'm out here in Cali, I can't help it. You know, it's a 305 till I die. Let's go. All right. Tanya, Hollywood. Okay. All right, Tanya. Hopefully you're not blowing your money out there at the Hard Rock. All right, where else we got? Where else you guys checking in from? Okay, Chesapeake. You guys got all the good crab. Okay. What else we got? Where the rest of you guys checking in from? Okay, so then quick question for you guys. So are all of you guys real estate agents that are in here? So drop a two in the chat real quick if you guys are all real, or if you're a real estate agent, drop a two, so I know who it is that I'm addressing. And okay, we got some twos. Okay, so we're all agents. So check this out. So my goal today, especially for the people that are engaging and tapping in, I want to pour into you, and I want to make it to the point to where you are able to help boost your business. Okay, so check this out, guys. The thing that we're going to talk to you guys about, and then we can go ahead and throw this in. Brenda, what's up, sister? What's happening? Okay, Wilmington in the building, North Kakalaki. All right. Oh man, Brenda, so check this out. So hopefully he's gonna be able to make it in here. So my brother Kennedy, an active duty Marine who just joined our team, he's supposed to be tapping in, and I want to see if he's able to connect with you, right? So I want to kind of get him introduced to just all the different mentors that he's got. You know, so he's got us holding him down here in person in Cali, and then you being able to hold him down over there in North Carolina, and send things and some business over to you guys over there. All right. But all right, guys. So let's get straight to it. Time is of the essence. So we'll go ahead and then get started and kick this thing. All right. So check this out, guys. Right here in front of you, we have this QR code. And it's crucial and important that for you guys to be able to scan that QR code, because we send leads. Okay. So especially for the people that are in here, you deserve to get leads just for you showing up. So we send leads in this Facebook group, because here's the thing, right? So we have a partnership with Grant Cardone, and we all started this company with Grant and Elena Cardone called Cardone Veterans Group, right? So the mission and the vision and the goal that we really have is for us to help 21 million veterans, right? But we can't do it by ourselves, and it's physically impossible to help that many people without having a network of people that expands as far as our eye can kind of reach, right? So we need you guys. So we need people in the different areas to be able to receive these leads and then pass the ball forward, right? To give you guys an idea of how this thing kind of grows out, right? So same platform, the same exact way that we kind of grew, right? Was, we came across Brenda, we connected on social media through I think it was a Clubhouse, Brenda, that you connected with us. Was it Clubhouse?
Yeah, it was.
So through Clubhouse, we connected, and then from that, guys, we ended up creating a partnership where she went and then she joined the team. She got everyone over from North Carolina, brought them into the circle, right? And then from that, we've been able to build things out. So North Carolina, Brenda's our go-to. We send leads directly to her over there. But we need you guys in the areas that you are. So, we got people over here in Hollywood, people in Miami, people in Chesapeake, right? Tanya said they still have Clubhouse. Shit, I don't even know, man. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't been on Clubhouse in a hot minute. But it's one of the things, man. It's us being able to adapt and overcome. And at the time, that's what was hot. That's what was popping, and that's the stuff that we were able to hop on and kind of leverage, right? So then I said, no, we're on TikTok now. Yeah, hey, they're on TikTok. I'm still catching up on TikTok, man. I remember the other day we were on, and somebody was saying I was scrolling on the TikTok, and that's how you know, right, that someone is old, man. When they're talking about a platform and using the in front of it, right? When they're on the Facebook, right? All right, so check this out, guys. I need you guys to hop in, join that Facebook group because that's ultimately going to be the place that we send the leads to, right? Not only leads, the material. It's a way for you guys to kind of generate business. All right, let's go ahead and hit the very first slide. So the thing that we're going to talk to you guys about today is essentially how to boost your business. And I'll tell you, one of the biggest things and the thing that people overlook, right, is essentially their sphere. People feel and think as if that, man, you know what, the only way that we can really kind of grow is by you getting into this thing to where you're like getting new business. And absolutely not it, right? So a question that I got for you guys, and you can drop it in the chat because that's going to way the way that we're going to be able to engage, right? Is where do you think the bulk of your business is going to come from on a consistent basis? Brenda, you can drop it in there, man. Brenda is a OG, man. I don't know if you guys know, right? Brenda's been kicking this real estate thing for a hot minute, for decades, right? So this is the thing, man. Where do you think that most of your business will be coming from? Where do we think that's coming from? Hmm? What do we think, guys? Sphere of influence. There we go. Right? It's your sphere. It's the people that you already know. It's the past business that you've already conducted, right? So lead generation is incredibly important for the business because it's essentially the lifeline, right? It's what you do, and it's essentially the work that gets put in. It becomes, it's a lifeline for the business. But what a lot of people forget, man, is they don't nurture their sphere of influence. So if you guys are getting started, to anyone, if you've been in the business for less than 2 years, go ahead and drop a one, right? Drop a one in the chat if you've been in the business for less than 2 years. But I'll tell you this, the main business and everything else that you get, Allison, this is for you right here. Majority of your stuff initially is going to come from your sphere. What is your sphere? It's the people that already know, like, and trust you, right? So the people they already connected with on Facebook, on IG, and really whatever else, right? So it's one of the things where you are able to already kind of get people into your incubator by just, you know what I mean, by them knowing who you are. So one I'll tell you is going to be sharing your journey. So as you get started in real estate, right, talk to people. A lot of people, they get so apprehensive, man, when they first get started to share the pain points that they have, right? Or for the veterans, for those of you that have been doing this for a minute, a lot of veterans, they fall victim to the point of, you know, people are afraid of being vulnerable. So they don't want to share with others at the fact that, you know what, hey man, if business isn't exactly where you want it to, to be, share it, right? You can talk about that because you know what, a lot of people are going to be able to resonate with the day-to-day stuff and the things that make that really kind of make us human, right? That's the part that the people that are already in your network, right? The people that were already connected to you on the social media platforms, those are people that already know you, right? These are people that, they followed you. It wasn't for real estate, but you getting in real estate, they are more likely to support your small business, right? So it's going to be with that, right? So really it's going to be the part that I want you guys to kind of double down on today that we're going to talk about is going to be the follow-up, right? How do you stay top of mind, right? Nobody can hire a secret agent, right? Nobody is able to, or nobody's going to hire an agent that they don't know that is out there doing a real estate thing. So one is going to be sharing your journey, right? Social media is a super easy way and super cost effective way, right? So people feel as if sometimes they have to have this like super high tech, you got to get somebody on staff to be able to do all these things. And that's not the case, guys. So you can do that just simply with your phone and just recording and putting your message out there, right? But it's going to be the follow up, right? So the thing that I want to talk to you guys about here, and I don't know if the slide is clear enough on your end, especially if you guys are going to be on your phone. It may be a little blurry, but I'll tell you to kind of turn your phone long ways, right? So like turn it sideways, and that way you can kind of see the slide a little bit better, right? But it's going to be setting up a schedule for you to be able to do the follow up, right? When it comes to the business and it comes to you scaling, you have to get it to the point where you're being intentional. The first thing and the main thing that I want you guys to take away is going to be you being intentional in your business, right? So setting up a no kidding schedule that you are making it, and you're cutting things out throughout the day for you to say, well, you know what? From this time to this time, I'm doing nothing but doing follow-ups, right? The money is in the follow-ups, right? Oh, look at that, Brenda, 34 years. Hey, I told you, Brenda's an OG, man. And it sure so take it from an OG, man. For someone who's been doing this for 34 years, referrals are king, right? And really it's going to be with the referrals will come based off of the customer service that you're able to provide. Okay. So it's going to be based off of the experience that you are able to share, right? The experience that you give to people is going to be the thing that gives it, either makes or breaks your business. Because again, right? Remember the thing that we've heard about before, right? Where they say, a lot of times people will forget, what you do or what you say, but they'll never forget how you made them feel, right? Maya Angelou said something, I'm paraphrasing, something along those lines, right? But it's so incredibly important because if you're able to adopt that into your business, that is going to help you significantly, right, with generating more business. Okay. So one is going to be setting up the schedule so that you're no kidding being intentional about it, right? So if you are not familiar with the concept of time blocking, right? And that's when you kind of break your day out in chunks and you have these specific times, right? If you haven't got there yet, it's okay. I want you for now, right? One bite at a time, right? I want you to focus on just creating a period of time throughout your day that you guys are going to be doing the follow-ups, right? So what kind of follow-ups do you think I'm talking about? Right? Drop it in the chat, guys. You know what I mean? So I'm telling you, like, so I'm trying to do this a little bit different in the sense where I'm not just up here kicking slides and just spewing on you. I want us to be able to kind of do some back and forth, because that way I can address specifically what it is that you guys got going on, and then give you some tips on how to kind of make that a little bit better, right? So now when we're talking about follow-ups, what follow-ups do you guys think that I'm referring to, right? Who would you be following up with, right? Especially if you don't have this big long laundry list of your book of business isn't exactly packed up. Like, what do we think when we're talking about follow-up, right? Drop it in the chat. You can unmute, right? What do we think when we start talking about follow-up? Who would you essentially be able to follow up with? What do we think, y'all? Who do we follow up with? Because if I'm going to set time in my calendar for me to be able to follow up with people, right? Who is it that we would be following up with? Everyone. Oh, leads, bringing awareness, ever past clients. Exactly. Open house attendees, right? So, guys, check this out. The follow up is with everybody. It's anybody and everybody, right? So that's you reaching out to people. I'm talking about people that have a pulse. That's it, right? That is essentially who I'm referring to when I'm talking about people, right? Who it is that you're following up with. Anybody who has a pulse, right? Meaning this, if you don't already have people, right, that are flooding in, that you have, so we got past clients. Absolutely, you want to follow up with past clients. If you don't have clients, it's okay, because you have friends and you have family members, right? So sometimes it's just you cutting out time in your day for you to be able to tap in to anybody who's willing to pick up the phone, right? Anybody who's willing to be able to shoot a response back, right? So on your social media, it's you dropping, whatever it is, drop some silly comment and have people comment, right? Once they comment, those are people that you are following up with. So check this out, man. There's a way that you can essentially sell real estate and never, ever, ever talk about real estate. All you need is the back and forth with anybody, right? Anybody who you're able to engage with and have conversations with. Because check it out, what you're going to do is this: once you start talking to those people, you are going to slide in something about real estate in the conversation. Guys, I don't care if we're talking about baseball. I don't care if we're talking about children. I don't care what it is that we're talking about. I can find a way for me to bring up real estate in any freaking conversation that we have, right? So that right there is what you are going to do to help boost your business, right? Because just you talking about real estate, and then check it out. You could even take it one step further, man. So you can go and you can start following up with people, right, on the call. And then you know what you can do? You can get your camera the same way that I have this camera set up in front of me. You can you can set up a little camera, and then you can go and then you can record you talking to people on the phone, having conversations. Because what do you think you just did when you guys are able to record the conversations that you had with people? What did you just do? What did you do if you were able to record a conversation that you were having with somebody that has a pulse, right? Mind you, you can have a 5-10 minute conversation and only 2 minutes of it be about real estate. What can you do with the footage that you were able to record?
Content.
What can you do with that? Content. Content, guys. And content, it lives forever, right? And you guys are dropping it in there. You can post it. You got content. You can drop it in there. And guys, that's the kind of stuff that, you know what, man, it lives forever. Because check it out. I can drop a piece of content today and I can turn around a week later, get the same content. I mute the background, add a different music on it, right? Do a little bit of chopped and screwed from CapCut. And you know what? I got new content. Right? Again, it's just being top of mind, right? So what are ways for you to be able to stay top of mind, right? One is doing the follow-up, right? So just like the slide says up here, so you got follow-up and staying top of mind. So these tips that I'm giving you, I want you guys to really become intentional in the way that you kind of go about doing things. So then every dollar that you, right, needs to make you two. And by dollar, I'm talking about currency, and I'm also talking about your efforts, right? So when you're taking the time to do any one thing, find ways that you can kind of make that one thing, right, ample, and then double it so you can do multiple things with the one thing that you do. Okay. So that's one way that you can use the follow up as you kind of, time block for you to also be able to create content. Okay. Then the same thing that I want you to do with being intentional with the follow up, I want you to do the same exact thing when it comes to your CRM, right? So if I say CRM, what comes to mind? What is CRM? And we'll go easy. What is the C in CRM? C in CRM is what? All right, think about your business. We get what? We get starts with a C, right? We got customers, we got clients, right? Okay, so check this out. So look, so the client, okay, the clients require you to establish relationships. Okay, if you have clients, you need to be able to establish relationships, right? Can I have relationships with people that aren't clients yet? What do we think? Drop a one real quick if you guys think that you can, right? Can I have a relationship with somebody that is not a client? Yes, Rosemary, Allison, absolutely. Right? So the relationships that I'm building, man, because you know what? The business will come from the relationships. The business will come from the relationship. Business will come from the relationships that you build. So the CRM is going to help you manage those relationships and make sure that you're staying top of mind. Because we all know, right? It's a customer rejection machine. Oh, oh, we got a hot mic up in here. All right, guys. So check it out, man. So look, so the CRM is going to be your client relationship management tool. That's going to be the thing that allows you to set those reminders for you to stay top of mind. We cannot, should not, right, and will not rely on our memory. right? Because at the end of the day, man, we're busy, right? We are all looking for business. We're looking to, to have things to do. So inherently, we are gonna forget to do things. We're gonna forget to reach out. We're gonna forget, So now, as you keep track of the ways that you make contact, that's gonna be the thing that allows you to truly stay top of mind. Because if I send one text message every 6 months, does that mean that I'm staying top of mind? Does it mean that I'm staying top of mind if I'm sending one text message every 6 months to somebody? What do we think? What do we think? Hells no. Right? So check this out, guys. The way that you stay top of mind, right? And again, if people know that I am a real estate guy, if they know that, you know what, like I am somebody who does real estate, because you know what, I'm giving them reminders. People can't have a conversation with me without me mentioning something about real estate. They can't hop onto my page and not see things that are related to real estate. So they automatically associate Bruno to real estate, right? VA loan is my niche. So they automatically associate me, Bruno, the retired Marine veteran, right, with real estate. So when I send a message, even if it's just me saying, "Hey, Rosemary, what's up? How you been? Such a how you doing? How are the kids?" Or, "Oh man, whatever it is," right? You post something and I like a comment, or I like something that you post, and then I drop a little comment. Automatically, because you associate me with real estate, that comes to mind. Real estate comes to mind every single time that people see my name, because I drill real estate. It's one of those where it's like, if you know me, you will know that I do real estate, and I'm not gonna let people forget it, right? So just know how are ways that you can kind of do it and not be so salesy, right? It's talking about what it is that you do. It's sharing the passion that you have for it, right? And then it's you staying in touch and doing back and forth with them, even if we're talking about badass Johnny's grades in school, right? So check it out. The other thing that I want to talk to you guys about is going to be providing value. So is this: give before you ask, right? Give before you ask for anything. If you give value to people, if you provide value, they are significantly more likely to give you business in return. Because you know what? We just have this thing, right? That a lot of times we as humans, we feel the need to reciprocate, right? And by us receiving something, right? Most good people, we kind of feel guilty sometimes whenever we receive it. We're like, oh man, like if I don't give something back, I kind of feel a little, oh man, like I feel like I'm somewhat in debt to somebody else, right? So the way that we're gonna get business, the way that we're gonna get people to hit us up, the way that we're gonna get referrals is gonna be by us providing value to people. So if we give value and we ask for absolutely nothing in return, what do you think we are likely to get from the people that we communicate with? What do you think they'll give us? What do you think that people will send our way? What do you think people will share with others if we give and ask for nothing in return? What do you guys think? Drop it in the chat, or you can unmute. What do you think? What do you think, y'all? We got referrals, baby. Sandro, exactly. We will get referrals simply by us providing value, right? So again, we are subject matter experts in the thing that we do. So if we are able to take the things that we know, and then we are able to kind of like chop those things up, and then we share it with others, right? That right there is the thing that will allow people to kind of help, right? So for example, now, what am I doing right now with you guys? If I'm here taking time out of my day, right? I could be calling clients, I could be doing something else, but instead I'm here talking to you because I want to see you succeed and I want you to do well. What am I doing to you right now, right? When I'm up here chopping it up and talking about things that has helped me and my business partner be successful in sales, right? I'm sharing information with you, right? I'm not gatekeeping. I'm letting you know the things that make it really, really, easy for us to be able to continue our stuff. Because a lot of people feel as if like, oh man, for you to be able to do the production that you guys are doing, you must be paying for leads, guys. And I'm here to tell you that we absolutely, positively don't pay for leads directly. Okay. We don't pay for leads directly. And what I mean about directly is this: paying for leads directly is when you sign up to platforms like Zillow, Realtor.com, right? All these that are going to send you names, phone numbers, and emails. That is you paying for leads when they are saying, okay, hey, we're going to send you X amount of names, phone numbers, and emails per month, and you're paying the $5,000-$6,000, right, to become a Zillow Flex or Zillow Premier agent and everything else. Okay. The thing that I'll tell you is this: if you're going to spend money, you are better off spending the money on the people that already know, like, and trust you. So if you're going to spend $1,000 or $500 or however much on a lead, right, you are significantly going to make more progress if you are able to take that money and do some little things that I'm going to share with you guys here, right, on how it is that you can make people that you've had transactions and that you built relationships with, for you to help make them feel special. Okay. So we get 1,000 leads a month from our content on Facebook. Exactly. And that's just by us providing value, right? So 1,000 leads a month that come just from us. Um, Give me great advice on this yesterday. Absolutely, man. I was just talking to Ian about this yesterday when we were over here sipping some wine, right? Talking about business, right? Talking about ways that you can kind of leverage the things that you guys are doing. But you know what? It's one of those things, man. If you're gonna spend the money, figure ways that you can spend, because remember, for every one thing that you do, you should be getting two things in return. So if I'm going to go and I'm going to spend money on a lead, right, why would I spend money on Zillow for them to give me five names that's it? It only gives me those five names. And again, for me to get those five names, we're talking about thousands, right? When I can take 1,000, right, and then I can divvy that out and I can spend it on people or clients, right, or people that I have relationships with, to make them feel really special, to know that I've gone above and beyond. Man, look, check this out, guys. My brother Ian just did something that I'm telling you. So, hey, Press, can you put the camera on me real quick, man? So check this out, guys. I want to share something with you that I saw firsthand that my brother was able to do. So Ian Jensen's another top producer that we have in our office, guys. And again, like, there is no gatekeeping here. I'm sharing with you a secret, right? That isn't a secret at all. Because I want to see you do well. Because if you do well, and then if you succeed on this, right? The only thing I ask for in return is this. I'm going to share with you something. I want you to try it. And if it works, I want you to post that it worked, and I want you to tag Ian and I, right? To say, you know what, look, Ian tried this, Bruno told me about it, and it worked. So look, my brother Ian went and then he closed on a property, right? His client is coming from overseas. So what Ian did was say, you know what, man, like, they get in super, super late. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that by the time that they get to the property, when they pick up keys, I don't want them to worry about having to go get some junk, right? So whatever is open at midnight is never good for your body, right? So his client is a super health freak. So Ian said, you know what? He used ChatGPT to come up with a super healthy recipe to kind of cook something that the family will really, really enjoy. So then what he did was he took the recipe from ChatGPT, he went over to Instacart, bought all those ingredients, right? And then ordered it to the house. So then check this out. He went, got all the stuff, put all the food inside of the property, but then he realized that, you know what? The landscaping wasn't exactly up to par because it had been a while since they closed. So you know what he did? Instead of him spending money on some shenanigans like a closing gift or whatever, right? Instead, what he did was he took some money, found the local landscaper to come through, clean up the yard, get the house exactly immaculate on where it needs to be. And then he took a picture of a before, because he's going to share that with the client. Because again, right? We don't do things for recognition, but the acknowledgement will go a long way, right? If they realize that the house looked the way that it did, right, before they got there, when they get there, the house will look immaculate, right? So again, so they don't even know that it looked crazy. But what Ian is going to do, he's going to take that before picture, right? And then he's going to have conversations with the client afterwards. and then he's going to engage with them. And then once the conversation gets going, because he's now a friend that he has a relationship with, right? So then now what he's able to do is he's going to go and then he's going to get that before picture and then he's going to share that with the client. And then he's going to say, oh man, look how crazy. And then he's going to go and talk about like, hey man, by the way, if you need a landscaper, this is the guy that I would recommend that does a really good job. Look at what he did, right, to this house right before you moved in. So then now you're providing value, right? So you're giving them a point of contact for somebody that you already did the homework on. So you're now giving them a point of contact on who it is that can clean up the house to provide the best landscaping. And then now you're showing what the house looked like before the person was able to come through and clean it up, right? And then now, right, the thing that you did without you having to say it is you're getting the client to be like, holy smokes, man, my realtor did this. All right. So guys, drop a two real quick, right? If you guys are able, if you think that that was some good game right there, man, drop a two real quick if you guys think. Just a reminder, 1:30 is our end time. If we end a little early, that's fine, or a little late. Okay, appreciate you, sister. Sounds good. Sounds good. All right, so check it out, man. So look, that right there, it's just a thing that I want to share with you guys on what it is, so these are knowledge and things that we're actually doing live, man. So these aren't things that are coming from, from somebody else that we heard about or whatever. This is stuff that we're doing, right? That you guys can do yourselves. Right. So again, it doesn't matter the market that you're in, and it doesn't matter what it is that you got going on, right? If it's not landscape, change it up to something else, whether it's a cleaning on the inside of the house or whether it's doing whatever improvement that kind of enhances the curb appeal, guys, whatever, right? It's ways that you're able to provide value, right? Provide value by having somebody go and then have a really good experience, and then that right there is the thing that's going to help you stay top of mind. So that right there is what helps them feel good, and then your follow-up and your contact is going to be the thing that ultimately helps you stay top of mind. All right, so track the progress. So I want you to kind of, jot down the things that you got, that as you guys do, whenever you get a referral, it's incredibly important for you to go and then you write down where the referral came from. So then the things that you're doing to see what it is that sticks and what doesn't. So then that way, and you're able to kind of take your resources and apply it in a way that exactly where it is that you're like, okay, well, if I'm going to spend the money, I'm going to go and spend the money on something that is actually going to give me a return on the investment that I'm making. All right, so let's go ahead and hit that next one, man. So guys, if you have questions as I'm kicking this thing through, I want you to go ahead and drop them in, and then we can kind of have some dialogue and go back and forth, right? So again, I don't want to make this thing where I'm just kind of, killing you, death by PowerPoint, but really be able to share with you the experiences, because at the end of the day, in this industry, man, and the thing that we do, the thing that's going to make us the most successful is this right here. It's our engagement, and it's us being able to share with each other. Because my takeaway that I want for today is the takeaway that I want you to have for today is for you to be able to take something that we are doing and find a way for you to implement it into what it is that you guys are doing today, right? So to again give you guys ideas on how it is that we are forever evolving and kind of changing things up, right? So check this out. What is a CMA? What is a CMA? What is a CMA? Charlie Mike Alpha. What is a CMA? What is it? CMA. What's it stand for, guys? What's a CMA? What's a CMA? What's a CMA? CMA. What's it stand for? Okay, a relationship tool. Okay, comparative market analysis. Exactly. There we go. John. Okay, Rosemary. Good. Okay, comparative market analysis. Okay, who do we think this is valuable for? Who is this valuable for? Comparative market analysis. Comparative market analysis. Who will this benefit? There we go. Sellers and previous buyers. That's the key right there. Guys, check this out. Everybody wants to feel good about the things that they buy. Yes or no? One or two. One, if you think that's true. Two, if you think like, nope, nobody cares about how they feel, right? So, guys, check this out. People want to feel good. So now, do we think that this only works for people that are actively looking to sell? Okay? Absolutely not. This thing works for everybody. The thing that makes Zillow this go-to, right, that everybody has at their fingertips is because you know what? Everybody wants to know, even if you don't even think about selling, everybody wants to know what their house is worth. Because one, it makes them feel good, right? Remember, and the thing is this is us doubling down on the emotions. Sales is an emotional thing. So the sooner and the quicker that you're able to tap into somebody's emotional state, the more success that you're going to have. People care about what their properties are worth because they want to feel good about themselves. Believe it or not, people are looking in the mirror and being like, oh man, you know what? Like, man, I bought this house. I got a good ass deal, right? So they want to feel good about what it is that they got. So then now you, the real estate professional, you can provide value by, you know what? Because one, if while you're working with people, you should have been talking to them about what a zestimate really means, right? And talk to them about how it's not the most accurate thing, but now you can share your expertise because you have access to the MLS, right? The multiple listing service. You have the ability for you to be able to see what's happening in the market. So then now you can share that information with them, and then you can ultimately keep them interested by having the conversations with them, by you letting them know, hey man, congratulations. I'm like, oh, congratulations for what? Brother, what do you mean congratulations for what? I just sent you an email this morning showing how you went from 50 to $100,000 of equity, and you've only owned the property for a year. Brother, congratulations. Don't we think that that's going to make them feel good, right? About them getting a notification that their property went up in value by $50,000. So check it out. They may not even be thinking about selling, but you know what? You never know what's going on. You never know the financial situations that people are going through. And once they realize that they now have $100,000 of equity, maybe they might be going through a really tough time, that you, the person who stays in touch with them, you may be able to kind of read in between the lines, maybe through the posts that they're putting up, or maybe through the conversations that you're having. They could be going through a really tough time or a really tough financial situation, that you know what, maybe selling is the thing that ultimately gets them out of that situation. And you know what? Now you, right? And guys, this is the thing that I want you guys to take away from today is this too, right? Is this for us as entrepreneurs, and I don't care, man, whether you own a brokerage or not, every single one of you, if you're 1099, you are an entrepreneur. At the end of the day, your success is going to be based off of whatever it is that you are able to do for yourself and the people around you, right? So you as an entrepreneur, right? It's never about the money. It's about the solutions that you're able to provide, right? You are somebody who provides solutions to problems, and that's going to be the thing that ultimately makes you successful, right? Is when people associate you with being a problem solver. Okay. So now what I want you to do is this. I want you to realize the power of you producing these CMAs, because one, it gives you the excuses that you need for you to be able to have the conversations with people. So if you're like, oh man, well, shoot, I don't even know what to say. Well, you know what? Pull up a CMA. Whether you help them or not, if they use another realtor, it doesn't matter. Use the fact that, you know what, hey, congratulations, they went and they say, oh, I closed on a house, great. Keep track of that. If they're your friends, then you know what, you have the green light for you to engage them because they're your friends. So look at the property that they closed on, because that's public record that you can get. Pull up that information, say, hey, congratulations, boom, here's the CMA, right? And then with that, that initiates the conversation. It's the icebreaker, right? It's the icebreaker that allows you to be able to have some back and forth, and then ultimately have dialogue, right? To get them to the point where, you know what, maybe they weren't thinking about selling, but they may be thinking about selling after they see how much equity they have in the property, right? So again, guys, this is going to be the thing that I want you guys to do it, and I want you to again be more intentional, right? I want you to be intentional in the way that you go about it, right? So the way that you can be intentional is by you scheduling it. That way, one, you don't forget, because remember, when we're busy, man, we have a whole bunch of fires to put out. That's not going to be one of the things that's going to be at our forefront. But if you put it in your schedule, right, and then you cut out time to say, you know what, man, even if it's small, guys, start small. Just do 5 CMAs a day, just 5. I mean, shit, start with 3. Just go today, right? Guys, drop the word, just drop the number 3 in the chat. For all of you that are tapping in right now, I want you to drop the number 3 in the chat. And then I want you to create 3 CMAs today for people that you've helped in the past. 3 CMAs, that's it. 3 CMAs that I want you to be able to do for past clients that you have. 3 CMAs, and then what you're going to do is you're going to make the CMAs, right? And then you're going to send it out. And if they have anything more than $10,000 of equity, you're going to say congratulations in the traffic that you send out. And then, right, what I want you to do is I want you to be able, right, to send a text message after you send the email. And then you're going to say, hey, I want you to know I sent you a little gift via text. So now you're texting them to let them know that you sent them an email. And Luciano, why people from the past is because of this, man. What you're doing is you are leveraging the relationships that you've already built. Because you know what? It's significantly harder to build new relationships when you've already spent so much time in building the rapport, building the relationship, the people that you've had in the past. Because again, remember this. All you're doing is you're looking for excuses for you to be able to engage in conversation. Guys, conversations lead to more business. Conversations. And even if they're not even thinking about selling, I mean, shit, they might have owned the house for a year and they're like, oh man, I want to be here for at least 10. It's okay. It's cool. I just want to have a conversation about your house, man. And I want to talk about the equity because you know what? Check this out. When I have the conversation with you and then I talk to you about the $50,000 equity position that you have in your house, I can now talk to you about real estate and what are options that they may have in the future whenever they're talking about real estate investing. Because again, you don't have to buy and sell for you to invest. You have ways that you can pull equity out and do other things with it. Because now maybe it's a way for you to start talking about the different options that they have. You can start talking about what an HE loan is, a home equity loan. We can talk about what a home equity line of credit is, right? So again, these are different ways that you guys are able to have the conversations. And then again, how can you add value, right? You can add value by one, showing them that you are the subject matter expert. And the way that you do is you find things that are within your niche because you know what? They have access to Zillow, but you know what? You have access to the MLS. So now what you can do is you can use the MLS, you create a CMA, and then I want you to go on Zillow, and then I want you to go and take a screenshot of what the Zestimate shows, and then you text that to them. Hey, I just sent you a CMA and the CMA says that you have $100,000 of equity. Can you believe Zillow only said that you have 60? LOL. Now, tell me that right there isn't enough to get somebody to hit you back or at least acknowledge that you sent them a text. That right there will probably get you some better responses than if you were just, hi, this is Bruno with EXP. Are you looking to buy or sell, or do you know anybody who wants to buy or sell? Right or wrong? Guys, I'm telling you, man, it's about conversations. So any way that you guys are able to have any conversations, I want you to kind of leverage that. All right. So this is what's going to help with you guys, giving value. It's what's going to help you guys with building the relationships, right? So now we're going to go to this very next one, guys, and then we're going to start to wrap up here, right? But I'm going to give you one last nugget right here. Okay. One last nugget. So check this out, guys. In this picture right here, you got my brother Anthony, right? He is receiving a plaque from that guy, the tall guy that's standing right next to him, right? That guy is a home inspector. And that guy was someone that we were using a lot for our business and referring business to him and everything else. So this guy right here, right, he makes it a point to make sure that he's always present for every event that we have, right? So ways that he stays top of mind for his home inspection business is simply for Kyler, the home inspector, to be present. So we had a Christmas party, and then what Kyler did was he went and presented a plaque from the home inspection company to the team leader that we had to show his appreciation. Again, remember what I initially started with, right? It's us giving before we ask. So he made it a point to show up and be present because what he's like, what do you think that the home inspector is trying to do by giving the plaque? When he gives the plaque, what do you think that does, right, to the recipient of the plaque? What do we think? What do we think? Right? What do we think it does to the recipient of the plaque? What does that do? What do we think, guys? What do we do? So, if you are giving somebody a plaque, what do you think that taps into? Credibility? Exactly. But you know what else? It's the emotional. Remember, we're talking about sales as an emotional thing, right? Inspiration to continue, getting more business, strengthening their relationship. Bam, that's what I'm talking about, man. You guys are picking up what I'm putting down, and I'm loving it. Again, guys, it's you building better and stronger relationships. It's you tapping into the emotional, right? That right there is going to ultimately be the thing that kind of generates more business. So whenever we start talking about offering the highest level of customer service, we're talking about ways for you to make somebody feel good. If they feel as if, because guys, check this out. So a good deal, believe it or not, a good deal is a state of mind. A good deal is only as good as somebody feels as they got a good deal. So the good deal is only good if the person that is in the deal feels as if they got a good deal. Again, it goes back to the emotional. The customer service that you provide, the reason why you want to hunker down and really double down on the customer service is because that's going to be what ultimately strengthens the relationships that you have. And that is what's ultimately going to give you more business. Is you finding ways for you to be able to boost the customer service that you guys provide, right? It's you being able to just provide resources. So a lot of times we feel as if like we have to provide all the solutions, right? Like, so you don't have to know how to fix drywall to be able to provide a solution for somebody that has a drywall problem. If one of your past clients has an issue and they need some drywalls to be repaired, you don't have to know how to go and fix drywall for you to be able to offer a solution. But if you call that person and you have somebody that you can recommend that you've used in the past, you are offering the solution because you are connecting them to somebody that can give the solution to the problem that they have. For us as real estate professionals, we are the connectors. Leverage the fact that we are in front of a lot of people in this industry in multiple facets. Leverage that, get people's name, phone numbers, and emails because that is the most valuable data that you can get, more valuable than money. Take that, and then you are able to start connecting the dots and helping people out. Because when you do that, that's ultimately going to be the thing that allows you guys to be able to stay connected. Okay? That right there is what, even though they're going through a drywall person, the drywall person that gives them good service, they will always remember you for connecting them to that. Okay? Guys, so that's what I want you to kind of take away, right? So from the stuff that we're kicking with you guys today, and hopefully this is some of the stuff that's going to help boost the business, right? Hey man, let's push us all the way to the end where the QR code is, because I want them to be able to know how they're able to connect with us, guys. So check this out. One of the things that we're able to do, right? We have these, so we have brand ambassadors, right? So when we have these calls, at the end, we're always going to give you guys the opportunity to connect with us, right? But ultimately, we want you guys to know about these two things that we have to offer at the end, right? Which is going to be one is how it is that you're able to become a brand ambassador. Ideally, if you guys aren't with EXP, we want you guys to come over, right? So that we can kind of build that network to continue. But if not, it's okay, right? We have these brand ambassador courses because we inherently, like you you know, like you saw us drop in the chat earlier, man. We have over 1,000 leads that come through per month, so we need people to be able to send them to. So if you want to become a brand ambassador, right, we have a course that we will be able to get you guys on, walk the dog on how it is that we're able to negotiate for the clients, how it is that we're able to get seller concessions, how it is that we're able to get people into property with absolutely zero money down. We'll show you the ropes on what it is that makes it successful on a one-on-one basis, right? That's the brand ambassador course. So that now you become ultimately the first person that we start sending these to, right? Along with us helping you kind of build your business out by feeding you business, right? So that's a brand ambassador certification course. If you guys are interested in that, scan that QR code right over there. And then for those of you guys that have been doing it for a little bit longer, or those of you that are just getting started and you have absolutely no idea what it is that you need to be doing on a day-to-day basis, we have a 5-day course, which is the Wire Mentorship, right? That you guys can scan, tap into that, and then we're able to kind of get you guys into this thing that we have, and then we'll kind of walk you through. So it's 5, these are actual days, right? That we kind of break it down and go through day by day by day, right? And really showing you guys a way for you to be able to kind of boost the business on there, all right? And then let's go back one more slide, because I want you guys to be able to have uh, our um, our social media handles for you guys to stay connected with us. Because again, guys, look, I want you to succeed and I want you to do well, right? But I want to be able to track your journey, right? So tap into us on social media, give us a follow, so then I want to see what it is that you guys are able to do. So then that way we can mutually support each other and help us get to the bag, man. You know, so if you guys found some value in some of the stuff that we dropped, man, go ahead and drop a little fire emoji in there, right? And then we're able to, stay connected. But man, I want to say thank you to Claudienne again for holding.
Dog. Hold on. Hey guys, check this out. This is Tony Glenn checking in. First and foremost, I want to say, hey, Bruno, you killed it as usual. Guys, listen, you definitely want to show up for this next one that we're going to be talking about. We're talking about lead gen. Okay, and make sure you guys give him a follow, but make sure you Bruno Nascimento a follow. We're going to show you. Yeah, it's a really good guy. Okay, we're going to show you. We're going to show you how we're doing and everything. And also, we're going to show you the actual leads coming into our CRM. So, guys, that okay, he's trying to get him a roadmap to 20,000 followers on Instagram. We're almost there. Okay, and then also, listen. Ultimately, what we're trying to do is show you how we're number one in the organization, right? We definitely want to show you guys how we're able to generate business, but and then get this out to more people. I mean, we have over 800 agents in here who want to recruit. Okay, bring somebody here. I'd like to see. I'm gonna set a goal for 50. We're gonna go into the CRM and show you guys 1,000 leads coming in from our social media. Myself, Bruno, and Ian, we're gonna show you guys and walk you guys through how we're actually generating that business and how we're already at $60,000. I mean, 60 million in production already. Okay, so if you guys want to know how to do that, put a 1 in the chat. Okay. Again, make sure you guys follow Bruno. And then next time, what we're going to also do is that we're going to get in the routine of actually sharing is caring. The reason why I'm telling you guys to follow Bruno is because he took time out of his day to come on here and rock out and then get you guys into our program to show you guys how we're producing business. But if you want to be like Brenda, Brenda is on Bruno's team. Bruno, and Ian, we actually have been rocking out on Clubhouse, and we were able to recruit a whole brokerage And then now any referral that comes in North Carolina, we send to her. Okay. So if you guys want to know how to grow your business, structure a business, get coached, and just win in real estate, make sure you follow Bruno, Ian, and myself. And then also, we'll see you guys next time. But I'm going to set a goal for 50. Every single person put 50 in the chat. Myself, Bruno, and Ian, we're expecting at least 50 agents on the call next time. Okay, because if you guys want to help, the best way to help us to learn from us is to help us get more people in here so we can show you how we're doing what we're doing. Bruno, over to you, brother.
No, man, hey, that's pretty much it, man. I just wanted to say thank you to everyone for tapping in. And man, hopefully you guys are able to do something with it, right? So it's the thing where I kind of want to close out with that. I want you to be able to take the information that you got, but hopefully it does something to your business, and it does something by you changing something that you guys are going to do today, right? So if you guys are able to do one of the things that we talked about today, just one. Right, which a lot of you guys already rogered up, man. 3, right? So you guys should be knocking out 3 CMAs that you're going to be sending out to past people that you've worked with. But I want to say thank you so much, guys. We appreciate you guys, and we look forward to connecting with you again next week. All right, and make sure you guys tap into the Facebook group. All right, salute.